It's Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
And it's full moon.
Yeah.
And to have you sitting here and not do your part on Thriller would be a sin, which you've never done on television.
I've never done it.
No, I know. I beg you to do it.
Well, all right, I will.
All right.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years. And grizzled ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the Thriller.
Welcome to Flyby Films. Once or twice a month, using the magic of distance-defying tubes or some stupid shit like that, we get together to discuss films that either have been or will be forgotten. I'm Blake Collier, and sitting next to me in this tiny, tiny little box is my co-host and friend, most importantly friend, Jamison Barsotti. On this episode, we are not going to talk about a movie, we're going to talk about several movies. And by that, I mean we're not going to talk about any of them yet. Jamison, I heard you have a really gross story for us. Why don't you just go ahead and tell us?
Yes, and then we'll get into what this episode is about.
Yeah. This is a really good way to start off the intro episode to our horror series.
Yeah.
So, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, this is a story about body horror. So I feel like that's in the zeitgeist. So
yep.
It'll go over well. Blake, do you know what a skin tag is?
I do. I even think I have one somewhere.
Yeah. I think they're pretty normal. I think people get skin tags. They're just growths. They don't usually look like moles. So, they're generally...
They're annoying because they're floppy, but they're not.
Yeah, exactly. They're generally the same color of your skin. They're benign, and...
Wait, okay. Well, back up. Did you say benign?
Benign. I did. I know how to pronounce benign.
Okay, I was just checking.
But in the moment,
it's a Californian thing. I didn't know.
No. I also say origin instead of origin, and I know the difference. Yeah, I do, because
like regularly.
Yeah, regularly, because the word is original and not original.
Okay. All right. Original.
Blake, we are not succeeding at our goal.
Oh, no. Tell the story. Story.
So the story is, about 2 years ago, I noticed a skin tag on my back. And I was like, oh, this is fine. It didn't really bother me that much, but it seemed to keep growing, and it became kind of a full-fledged, back nipple. Where I was like, oh, this is gross. And again, it was small enough that I'm sure no one really cared, except because I could see it, I knew where it was. It's one of those things that you focus on, and it becomes bigger the more you focus on it. And you're like, wow, this thing is...
Did you tug at it?
Oh, you could tug at it. You could, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was pretty gnarly. I can show you pictures later.
Okay.
Um, so I decided it's time to get rid of the skin
Hmm.
tag.
This is
So
not
that,
going to end well.
well, maybe it'll end better. There are like three ways this story could go, and I feel like this one goes in the medium direction. So
Oh, that's
I
too bad.
don't
I was hoping for a lot of blood.
there, no blood, no blood, um, which is actually good. So I did read a bunch of stories of blood. I read a bunch of stories of people saying, "Oh, you know what? I just take nail clippers to that SOB," and yeah, no, even thinking about that, like it like
Oh,
creeps me out. I will
can
say,
you imagine the shit that you would get into the cut if you use nail
okay,
clippers?
yeah, so that's one thing. But also, I also learned this, not all skin tags have nerves in them. So, like, sure, if your skin tag doesn't have a nerve in it, clip it away. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Mine had so many nerves.
It was
Like,
a nervy son of a bitch, huh?
it was a
Okay.
nervy son of a bitch. I think I would probably pass out if I tried to like nail clipper it. So I didn't do that. Um, the other option is for bitches going to the dermatologist. Come on,
Getting it frozen off.
getting it frozen off. Yeah, no, I'm
Oh
just
god.
kidding. I actually considered doing that, but I was
No,
like,
we're sticking with the original statement that going
it's
to dermatologist for anyone is a bitch ass
no,
move.
please go to the dermatologist if you think you have cancer. I knew that this wasn't cancer. I didn't want to spend the money. That was my thing. But but on Amazon they have these skin tag kits, which are basically cones that you put around your skin tag, and then you slide down the cone a little tiny rubber band, and you know it slides on and it stays there, and you basically choke your skin tag to death, and that
Okay.
is the direction that I was like, oh, I definitely want to choke my skin tag to death. This would be great. um so for the past um 9 days I've
So
had a rubber band.
you've been choking that nervy son of a bitch to death, huh?
Yeah, and I've been documenting every
Oh
day
my god.
the change in it as it goes from lively little fella to crumpled up uh, booger tag is basically the best I could describe it. You know, it got so dark and small and hard, and yeah, it was pretty gross. So I have essentially like a flip book of pictures of it
Oh
changing.
my
And this morning, when I woke up, I was sitting on the couch and I was like, "Oh, I think it's gone." And then my wife screams, "That means it's in the bed." And then
oh.
I was like, "Yeah, it does." Luckily, I was able to find it, and I've been showing everybody. I didn't show you a picture because I wanted to regale you with the story, but I will send you a picture of it later. But
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
so it's just like a hunk of like black
it
skin.
it is so hard and so um yeah, it looks like a little booger that was flicked out of my nose, like a hard little booger. Um, it has that rubber band wrapped around it because that like somehow embedded itself in it, and so it's like pretty in there. But yeah, it was pretty painless.
So you're
I will.
saying so you're saying that beginning of the 9 days it was a nervy son of a bitch. And then at the
Yeah.
end of 9 days, it was a frisky son of a bitch because of how hard it was.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I will say I have one more gross tidbit to add to this story.
Okay.
I went on a run.
Okay, real
Okay,
quick. What was left on your back?
So, I have a picture of that too. So there's like a little bit of a bump right now. I think I'll be curious to see if that bump like recedes back into my skin and like gets flush. I think that's pretty normal, but yeah, I mean, if it's a bump, it's a little bit easier to take. Like it's less annoying to me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
fair.
Also, like if if there wasn't a pathway that was like if the pathway was like more painful than this, I probably would have just left my skin tag and lived with it. But this was kind of a fun experiment and it was painless. So, you know, I recommend this just to get rid of minor annoyances. Uh Last little anecdote.
Okay.
I went on a run on uh, Sunday. And this was 7 days in already, or maybe 6 days or something like that. And I could feel that son of a bitch flapping on my skin. Uh, so I was like, oh, it's time. It's time for it to go. It's still like, I like tried to like rub it around to see if it would like come off. It didn't. So I was like, okay, not gonna do it. But
So
yeah.
you just dealt with the flapping penis on your back, huh?
Yeah,
The tiny little flapping penis.
the flapping nipple. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Uh,
that is a truly truly terrific story.
yeah,
I laugh. I cried.
I
I mean,
I enjoyed it, and it was really fun, like the science aspect of it, to just like watch it change over those days and document that. So, uh,
it's almost like you got like a a minor version of like strangling someone.
so
Like
this was
what it would be like to watch them just slowly, like the life just like leave them.
this was one of the things that I was thinking about, which was like, you know, there are like new medical breakthroughs that are happening every day, and a lot of this stuff is very fancy, but sometimes the solution is just choke the life out of it.
Yeah, I
And,
mean, fair enough.
you know, if it works, it works. Nature is brutal, I guess. And sometimes brutality is the answer. Anyway, hey, if that's not fitting for a Halloween
Yeah.
story, you know.
Uh, I mean, so okay, so let's do a hard turn. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
we this is a nice setup for what we're about to do on this episode. This is gonna be a short episode, but this way we technically have 2 episodes this month. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Well, okay, Blake, question about that. We are recording this on a Wednesday. Um, Also, it happens to be my half birthday. Happy
Oh, look
half
at
birthday to
you!
me. I know.
Happy half
Um,
birthday.
we're recording this on a Wednesday. We release on Thursdays regularly. Are we
Yeah.
gonna release this tomorrow?
It may not be tomorrow, but it's gonna be before the end of the month.
But if we release it next Friday,
We're not
we will.
releasing it next Friday.
But okay, listen, listen. I'm trying to tell you something. Uh,
Okay.
Halloween has 5 Fridays, right? Did I
Yes.
do my counting correctly? And
Yeah.
not okay. I didn't do my saying correctly because what I said was Halloween has 5 Fridays. You answered yes because you intuited that what I meant was October.
No, but
Uh,
I actually believe that there are 5 Fridays or five Halloweens,
Hawaiian Halloween
Hawaiian
Fridays.
Hawaiian Halloweens
Yeah,
in October.
this is great. Um, okay, but if we release it then we have 4 episodes. We're covering 7 movies.
Okay.
We're gonna have to do 2 movies each episode. So like, why don't we just release this
As the first episode.
as the first episode?
Okay, fine. Less
Well,
work for me.
yeah, no, I'm just saying timing wise, unless we want to do it. I mean,
Yeah. Fuck September.
we could release it in September and just call it the first Friday episode.
No,
No.
that's horse shit.
Okay.
We
I
gotta
also
do it
want
in October, on the first Friday of October.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta do.
I wanted to point out, I went to a website that has all of our episodes listed. I don't know if it was Apple or whatever, and they said 96 episodes. Now, we do need to go back and factor out our intro-sode episodes.
Yeah.
Because those are being factored in.
But we need to prepare for 100th episode here soon.
But yeah, motherfucker, we've like almost got 100 episodes.
This is by far the most successful podcast I've ever done.
I mean,
in length alone.
Okay.
Not in content.
Yeah. Depending on the metric you're using.
I think on pure quality and content, the smell of music wins.
Yeah. I think we have some episodes that reach to those levels.
The episode with Aaron Bergstrom has by far gotten the most holy shit, y'all actually did a good episodes from people I know.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, no, and I feel like, well, I also feel like the one with Nate was actually a good episode.
Oh, yeah. I think it's still actually in the lead, isn't it?
That is our most listened to episode, and there's probably a reason for that. So yeah. I'm not saying we're better than Smell of Music. I mean, maybe by the length metric, sure. Yeah. Like we beat them out of the water.
Quantity over quality.
I'm just saying that if you sift through the bullshit, there's some gems in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you know, some people do it that way. Okay. Hard turn.
Hard turn.
What
are we doing, Jamison?
What are we doing? I have all of the movies that we're going to talk about up, and I'm going to attempt to read the Wikipedia intro about what they are about. Yeah. I did not pre-read these, so if I am off or if I include something, don't at me. I don't care.
I'm not going to at you. I'm going to at Wikipedia.
Okay.
All bullshit.
Yeah. So, what we're going to do tonight is we are going to cover, or what we're going to do in the month of October. We are going to cover the 7 deadly sins.
Through the eyes of
Vincent Price.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Through the eyes of Vincent Price. We figured that there are a lot of sins. There's 7 deadly ones. And there are also a lot of Vincent Price movies. So we just said there's got to be a bridge somewhere that exists between the two. We are going to be that bridge.
Yep. We are.
Yeah. We're
bridging the chasm.
The chasm.
The void.
Yeah. So we're gonna take this episode to assign a Vincent Price movie to each of the 7 deadly sins, and then we are gonna cover those.
Cover all of them.
And we're gonna cover 2 sins a night.
Except for one.
Except one, we'll just cover one. But we're gonna be sinning all over the month of October.
Here's a quick idea. We didn't pre-plan this. But how about the one that we have most to say about is the one we leave by itself?
Oh, okay.
Nah, fuck it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. We'll choose our favorite sin to be the outlier.
Oh, that might be hard, because I think maybe you and I have different favorite sins.
Well, we can battle it
out. We'll find out. How about we read all of our picks? Because you and I both put together a list of film pairings with the sins.
Well, okay, I have all of them. What if we went through them and we just owned up to, like, this was my pick? So I
Okay.
have them sorted by the sins that we assigned them.
Beautiful.
You can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you won't be.
Okay, so first on the list is Lust. Just
Ooh, yeah. That's a good one.
yeah, I don't know why it's first. It might have been first in one of our lists, but it's the first on the list. And for starters, we have the 1965 film Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine.
I mean, just by pure name alone, I feel like you won this one.
Well, okay. Before we do that, let's give both of them,
Okay.
the
All right.
benefit of the doubt and read through them. So let me read this one because we are actually attempting to make this a spooky month. So
Yes.
maybe this is a little bit on the side of that. So
Okay.
Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine is a comedy film directed by Norman Torog. I'm not going to read all of this. What is it about? The film is
Go to IMDb.
I know I should have done that. The film is a parody of the then popular spy trend. Yeah, there's not a lot of description of this. So it is mostly a comedy. However, I guess there are some markings of horror, and it does mix in some horror. So that is Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine. I don't think there's much of a plot to it, so the description probably doesn't matter that much.
Okay. Beautiful.
But it is a parody of
Spy films
spy films. Yeah.
that were popular at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Hickman. Who is Hickman? Hickman was one of the stars in the movie. Dwayne Hickman. He called it an attempt to combine horror, Bikini Babe, and secret agents and take advantage of the popularity of the James Bond pictures. So
I was wondering if that was going to be the tie.
yeah.
I mean,
So
with Dr. Goldfoot. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So this is up against House on Haunted Hill.
Yep, which was my pick.
That was Blake's pick. House on Haunted Hill is a 1959 American horror film starring Vincent Price. Price plays an eccentric millionaire, Frederick Loren, who, along with his wife Annabelle, has invited 5 people to the house for a haunted house party. Whoever stays in the house for one night will earn $10,000. As the night progresses, the guests are trapped within the house with an assortment of terrors. The film is perhaps best known for its promotional gimmick, Amerigo.
William Castle.
Yeah.
Good old William Castle.
One benefit this movie has is it is in the public domain. So it'll be easy for us to watch.
So I will note that I have seen this movie. It is actually a favorite of mine as far as Vincent Price movies go.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I picked it is a spoiler.
Well,
so
okay. I will say it doesn't strike me as very lusty. I do think mine beats it in that regard. I'm going to make a suggestion here.
Okay.
What if we covered 8 films and we cover both of these for Lust?
Okay.
Then
I got shit better to do.
Yeah. I'm weirdly excited about Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine, but I'm also worried it's not going to be that horrific. And
all right. Sweet.
Okay.
I say we make that our one,
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
and we should do that next.
Okay.
The next
Perfect.
episode.
Next episode is Lust. All
Yeah.
right. Now, for
Good
the
shit.
other ones, I did want to say we should probably we should probably decide our next films because we are going to need to watch them soon. I
Yep.
We don't need to discuss the following episodes. We can kind of let
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right, cool. Um the next one is actually we're going to watch both of these movies again, but we need to decide what sin they go to.
Okay.
Because you picked, I think, Envy for one of these, and
Mm-hmm.
I picked Wrath for it, and then we swapped on the sin for that. So
Okay.
the two movies that are in the Envy/Wrath category are The Mask of Red Death
Yep.
and Madhouse. So let me go
Yeah,
ahead and
buddy.
start by reading the the synopsis of Mask of Red Death. The Mask of Red Death is a 1964 horror film directed by Roger Corman and starring Vincent Price. The story follows a prince who terrorizes a plague-ridden peasantry while merrymaking in a lonely castle with his jaded courtiers. The screenplay, written by some guy, was based upon an Edgar Allan Poe story and incorporates a subplot based on another Poe tale, Hop Frog. Another subplot is drawn from Torture by Hope by Auguste Villiers de Ilse Adam. I can't on
Beautiful.
the yeah,
That was like perfect.
yeah. Um so Mask of Red Death is a very famous Poe story. If you haven't heard of it, why are you listening to our podcast? You need better culture in your life. Um, so this is kind of a classic trope of Price's, which was Poe stories. So I don't think this is going to be the only Poe story we are going to be
Mhm.
covering. The next movie in the Envy and Wrath category is Madhouse.
I love this movie.
I haven't seen this one. I am excited to see it. I'm glad that we are watching both of these films.
Yeah.
We just need to decide what sin they belong to. Are
Okay.
you keeping
Beautiful.
track? Are you keeping track of that? Because I'm reading these and I'm not writing them down.
Well, I'm keeping track of it in my head, but once I start losing that, then I will start keeping track. So
Okay.
far, I'm good.
Okay.
Especially once we figure out which movie is going to what sin.
Yeah. Madhouse, also known as The Revenge of Dr. Death, is a 1974 horror film directed by Jim Clark. The film, which is a British-American co-production, stars Vincent Price. Blah blah blah. The film is based on the 1969 novel Devil Day by Angus Hall. Then it gets
That's a
into
good
the
name.
plot. Do you want to give us a brief synopsis of what this movie is about since you've seen it?
If this is the one I think it is, and trust me, if you watch enough Vincent Price movies, there are collections. There are like collections of his movies that almost kind of blend together.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure this is the one where he's like an actor and he gets snubbed. He
Yes.
gets snubbed and he takes out his vengeance with, I believe it's if I'm not mistaken, it is like the Seven Deadly Sins or something thematic like that. I can't remember what it was.
Yes. So, that is correct. He plays Paul Toombs, a successful horror actor whose trademark role is Dr. Death.
Yeah.
Yes. Blake, do you remember if you put this in Envy or Wrath?
I put this as Envy.
Okay, so I put it as Wrath.
Yeah. Yours makes more sense, honestly.
So what do we want to assign these? The Mask of Red Death is Envy, and this one's Wrath, or Mask of Red Death is Wrath and this one is Envy.
I know I'm about 80% sure I've seen Mask of the Red Death, but I don't remember it well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't recall if it has Envy in it.
Mm.
I know Madhouse has Wrath in
Yeah.
it. And
Well,
I would assume that if you read the tagline of the movie, Envy works as well because he's pissed and he's
yeah.
envious of other people's ability to, get roles that he got snubbed for. But I think either one could work with either one. Madhouse just has a slight advantage for Wrath, I think.
Let's roll the dice on this. Let's put Madhouse on Wrath and
Okay,
put Mask of Red Death on Envy, and just take the challenge to find the Envy in Mask of Red Death.
beautiful. I love it.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm good. I've got it. I've got it so
Okay.
far.
Good. This one's easy because there's actually only one film. You know, we actually haven't had to annihilate any films yet, which
I know
is
it's beautiful,
it's beautiful. The next one is Sloth, and
which I did not come up with one.
yeah, so this was maybe a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going to talk about it. This is The Pit and the Pendulum. Okay, again, another another Poe adaptation.
Which
So,
you've seen, right?
yes, I believe I've seen this one. Yeah. The Pit and the Pendulum is a 1961 American horror film directed again by Roger Corman. Um, the screenplay by Richard Matheson. Uh,
Oh, Richard
uh,
Matheson, my boy.
Richard Matheson of The Box. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, fame. Uh, was loosely inspired by Edgar Allan Poe's 1842 short story of the same name. I feel like if you're taking the same name, it's more than loosely. Like, okay.
You would think, but here's the different. Here's the hard part with these Corman Poe adaptations is that they steal so much from various Poe stories.
Yeah,
They almost become like a amalgamation of like Poe.
yeah. The CPU,
Yeah.
cinematic Poe universe.
Yeah, exactly. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think CPU is used anywhere else either.
Nope.
So we could
Nope.
probably
Definitely not.
save it for that.
Yeah. Save it for that.
Set in 16th century Spain, the story is about a young Englishman who visits a foreboding castle to investigate his sister's mysterious death. After a series of horrific revelations, apparently ghostly appearances, and violent deaths, the young man becomes strapped to the titular torture device by his lunatic brother-in-law during the film's climactic sequence. Okay, probably a spoiler if you've never read The Pit and the Pendulum, but
I saw this in high school.
yeah, but the Pit and the Pendulum, like the cinematic or the climactic sequence is a slow death type,
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Um, off the top of my head, I actually don't remember if the character makes it out. I'll find that out.
I
But
actually don't either, weirdly enough.
Sloth seems to fit because it is a slow death, or
That's fair.
an attempt at a slow death. So
I like where you're going with this.
I'm going
I
very.
accept your pick.
Thank you. So that is Sloth.
I feel like we're gonna have to kill someone now. We're gonna have to kick some out.
Yeah, we're actually gonna have to kill 4 films. No,
Okay.
3
films.
films. 3 films.
Yeah.
But we only have 2 more sins.
Okay.
Right?
We have 3 more sins: pride, gluttony, and greed.
Oh yeah. we are gonna have to kill 4 movies because one of these actually has 3 films in it. So,
Oh.
well, I think you'll remember which one, but I just
Oh, I
fit
think
it
not.
in. I fit it into one of these.
Okay.
Um, okay, so the next sin we're covering is greed,
Okay.
and I think this was my pick. My pick was The Comedy of Terrors.
Yeah.
So, The Comedy of Terrors is a 1963 American international picture horror comedy film directed by Jacques Tourneur and
Ooh,
starring
Jacques Tournier. Yeah, yeah.
Tournier, and starring Vincent Price, um, and Peter Lorre in his final film his final film released before his death. Also Boris Karloff. There's actually a lot of people in this.
Yeah.
Um, it's a blend of comedy and horror that features several cast members from Tales of Terror. The film is set in New England, a New England town named after the region of Gilead. The corrupt owner of a funeral parlor murders clients to increase his business and tries to bury his landlord alive. So I think this one's clear. Greed, you know, he
I
doesn't
think you
see
win.
people, he sees
I
dollar
think
signs.
I think you win by far.
Okay, but your choice was good
I
because
mean,
it's classic.
it's a good film, but
It's a
it doesn't
yeah.
fit Greed. I mean, it kind of does in a weird but you have to do some real twisting and turning to get up there.
I think I see. Let me take a guess at
Okay.
what I
All right.
what I let me read it. Okay, so your choice was House of Wax. House
Mm-hmm.
of Wax is a 1953 American mystery horror film directed by Andre de Toth and released by Warner Brothers. A remake of the studio's own 1933 film Mystery of the House of the Wax Museum. It stars Vincent Price as a disfigured repopulates his destroyed sculptor, wax museum by murdering people and using their wax-coated corpses as displays. Um, honestly, you know which one this fits.
Uh. Uh. Gluttony.
I feel like this fits Envy.
Oh shit.
So here's what I'm gonna say. If we want to kick out Mask of Red Death and put in House of Wax, I would be okay with that.
Okay, let's do it.
We make the rules.
Yeah.
Uh,
House of Wax.
and really,
Envy, and then we're doing uh Comedy of Terrors for Greed.
yeah. The funny thing is, both both options we chose for greed are about someone killing people in order to have their business or their brand kind of continue.
Yeah, and I was
Um,
trying to recall if that was specifically the reasoning behind the House of Wax, or if it was like
well,
vengeance. But I couldn't
well,
remember. It's been so long since I watched it.
I think what it is Vincent Price is a disfigured sculptor,
Hmm.
and he's killing people and basically owning their bodies. So
Gotcha.
there's a greed to that, but I think it's more envy. I think there's the sense that he's
That's fair.
disfigured and he wants to take out that that envy. And I do believe, and I could be mixing this up with the remake. I do believe the people he kills are generally young and beautiful and conventionally
Yeah.
attractive. So
Uh, by the way, of all the remakes of any of these that have come out, the House of Wax remake ain't half bad.
you know, I don't know. I know that you say that, I watched it in theater, and what I remember was just being annoyed that Paris Hilton was in it. But that might not. It could be good. It could be bad.
But you also got Elisha Cuthbert,
Okay. Yes.
so
Okay. Are you ready for Pride?
I am. I'm always ready for
All
Pride.
right.
It's what I live by.
Yes. So I think the film that I chose, one of the films that I chose, because there are two in here from me. Uh, The Fly, 1958. Uh, The Fly is a 1958 American science fiction horror film. Um, the film tells the story of a scientist who's transformed into a grotesque human fly hybrid after a common housefly enters unseen into a molecular transporter with which he is experimenting, resulting in his atoms being combined with those of the insect. So, uh, I think this movie exemplifies scientific hubris, and I hubris, and I think that fits Pride well.
I love it. I love it. I picked Dr. Phibes Rises Again, and I have no idea
Okay,
if it
well,
actually fits. So I've only seen the first Phibes,
yeah,
and it doesn't actually. The first Phibes does not actually fit Pride,
okay,
but I read the description of Dr. Phibes Rises Again, and I was like, oh, this could work for Pride, I guess. But I think The Fly works better.
yeah, but I kind of want to
Especially
see
with the hubris of science.
I kind of want to see Doctor Phibes more. So like, um, all right, so Doctor Phibes Rises Again is a 1972 British comedy horror film produced by Louis M. Hayward, directed by Robert Fust, and starring Vincent Price.
Yeah, buddy.
The film is a sequel to the abominable Dr. Phibes. After seeking vengeance on the doctors whom he blamed for his wife's death in the first film, Phibes returns to seek eternal life in Egypt, while he pursues a century-old man who holds the ancient secrets that Phibes needs. You know, I I think this one also fits in the same way. You have I'm guessing he's a doctor of science, and you have
Yeah.
this you have him seeking eternal life.
Mm-hmm.
So, there is a pridefulness that science can somehow beat death. And I think
You mean the hubris of human nature?
yes. So I I I think this fits. Um The Fly would be good, but you know what, Blake?
The Fly isn't as good. It isn't a great film.
I was just gonna say there is a great version of The Fly. It is
This
not
ain't
the Vincent Price movie.
it.
I have watched 15 minutes of the Vincent Price The Fly. It is not a good movie. Um, I say let's do Dr. Phibes.
Okay, beautiful,
Oh
beautiful. Let's
wait,
do it.
fuck. Sorry. There was one other choice in this. Uh,
Oh shit!
yeah. So I'm just trying to shoehorn this in. Edward Scissorhands. I don't think I need to
Yeah.
talk too much about this. Um, the one thing I didn't remember that Vincent Price was the inventor in this
Yeah.
movie.
He's in there
So
for like maybe 10 minutes, something
yeah,
like that.
and again, you know, inventor, kind of scientist type. So I think these all kind of fit that. Maybe we watch the initial scene and we bring our thoughts into this and we can shoehorn it into the Dr. Phibes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's do it.
But we do not need to watch the rest of Edward Scissorhands. It's actually a good movie. I don't have anything against Edward Scissorhands. It's a good movie. But mostly the curiosity is that this was, I think, the last Vincent Price movie, or at least the last theatrical one. So, so that was more of what it is. So yeah, maybe we watch the opening and then discuss it when we discuss Dr. Fives.
I love it.
Okay.
I think that's good. Gluttony.
Blake, what is that thing on your face?
It's my sorry ass attempt at a beard.
Do you think it could be called the Tingler?
Ooh. Yes.
Because the Tingler is our first option for gluttony. All right.
Another William Castle.
Another William Castle. There's a Tingler in the castle. The Tingler is a 1959 American horror film produced and directed by William Castle, starring Vincent Price. The film tells the story of a scientist who discovers a parasite in human beings called a tingler, which feeds on fear. The creature earned its nickname by making the spine of its host tingle when the host is frightened. Yeah. So, the Tingler remains most well known for a gimmick called Percepto, a vibrating device in some of the theater chairs, which the on-screen action activated.
Yep.
So again, I guess the Tinglers in this movie are gluttonous for fear.
And the only way you can release them is to scream.
Is that true? I've never seen the Tingler.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, nice. All right.
The problem is that I believe one of the characters is mute, which creates a problem.
Yeah. Speaking of screaming, next option for gluttony: scream and scream again.
Yeah.
Which is the sequel of the movie Scream.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like a time warp. It's like the sequel, but it was like years before the Scream movie happened.
Okay.
See, Wes Craven knew what he was doing.
Scream and Scream Again is a 1970 British science fiction horror film directed by Gordon Hessler and starring Vincent Price. I'm going to read a few more of the stars. Christopher Lee, Alfred Marks, Michael Gothard, and Peter Cushing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we already watched Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee.
Yep.
In a film.
And Telly Savalas.
If you had asked me before I started researching these movies if Vincent Price was in Terror on the Orient Express or whatever it was called, the Terror Express, I would have probably said yes. I completely forgot that he wasn't in that movie, although it feels like a Mandela effect. Like, I feel like he was in that movie too.
Those three guys feel like they should be in almost every movie together.
Yeah, no. This is, I think this one's gonna win just because I definitely want to see this more. All right, let me find the description. I
actually have a story about this film.
It just tells me what it's based on. Why don't you tell your story? Because
so basically the catch of the movie, what draws people in is it's basically a guy who gets put into a hospital after some kind of wreck or something. I can't remember what it was. And each time he wakes up, another part of his body is amputated. And so, but there's like a whole nother, like there are like 3 storylines and at some point in the movie they collide together. And it's really fucking weird. But that this movie has a special place in my heart simply because this is like the holy grail for me,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that my whole young life, my dad told me about this movie. Like, it became so legendary in my mind,
Yeah.
and I ended up seeing it at some point. I was probably high school or something like that, and I haven't seen it since. But I remember it being every bit as good as like I had like made it in my head, and it. When I think of Vincent Price, I think of this movie first and foremost. Weirdly,
Mm-hmm.
because of that, like the psychological like burden it laid on me throughout most of my youth.
All right. I think this one is going to be the one that we're going to watch. What I need from you is how does it relate to gluttony?
So yeah, there's a storyline in there where his amputated appendages are being used for something else, and that
Okay.
is where I tied it into gluttony.
Okay. And we will keep that a secret
Yes,
until we discuss it. I've never seen this movie. I'm very hyped now. So,
it's
um,
fucking weird, man.
well, if anything, there will be a gluttony of screams.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no doubt.
so
Although I will admit, the Tingler is fun.
I thought the Tingler was a fun choice. I do think that we're going to be wishing we watched Scream and Scream again because our chairs won't vibrate while we watch the
That's true.
Tingler. So unless I can figure that out, I still vote for Scream and Scream again.
That's fair. Okay,
Yeah,
beautiful. Well,
Blake, where are we
then
at?
we're done. We
But
have the movies.
no, time wise.
Oh, we're at 50 minutes. We
Oh,
failed
fuck!
miserably.
I told you we would. But you know what?
As if there was any doubt.
I know, but we did a good job. We stayed on pace. We stayed on track. I'm proud of us. I think this was one of our best
We only
episodes.
we only had one tangent, and it was a planned tangent.
Plangent. Yeah.
Plangent.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Uh,
the Kings.
yeah.
Plantagenet.
All right.
All
Well,
right. Fine. Don't
this
laugh at
will
it. Bye.
this will be episode 1 of Halloween.
Of 5. One
Yeah.
of 5.
1 of 5.
So be prepared. Get your bikinis all up in a twist for next week.
Oh yeah, 2 movies.
2 movies. We're going to get
Oh,
lusty.
lusty.
Bye.
Bye.